Hello everybody and welcome to another mystery box function challenge. In the purple mystery box there is some math, and because today is a Friday, that math is going to be particularly challenging. If you'd like to try this out on your own, use the link in the description, and when you've got an idea, come on back and see if we get the same thing. All right, I'm going to start with a 0. Oh, so right away we're getting this infinity error at 0, so I am thinking of a rational function. That's the first thing that pops into my head, so we'll make a note of that. And let's try some more values. How about a 1? Okay. 1 gives us 2. How about a 2? Huh. 2 also gives us 2. How about a 3? Okay, now we're going up. How about a 4? Okay, so it looks like we've got a curve there that's going up. I'm curious what it does between 0 and 1 and between 1 and 2. I'm going to put in a 1.5. Okay, so it goes down just a little bit there. And how about a 0.5? Let's maybe do a 0.2. Oh, okay. So it looks like, yeah, we're approaching this vertical asymptote here. Great. And then looks like we've got well, I guess that could be a slant asymptote. I mean, that's what it looks the most like, although it's hard exactly to see what line that would be, the slant would be. Let's just put in a couple more values over there. Let's put in a 6. Oh, and now we're already off the graph. So I can just eyeball that one in though. So at 6, we're at 10.6, so somewhere up here. Yeah, that's interesting. It doesn't look like it's settling on a diagonal line. It looks like it's a curve that's kind of accelerating upward. Well, let's explore what's on the negative side of the graph. Okay. All right, and maybe let's look at negative 0.5. Okay, and let's go a little further out, so maybe negative 5. So this looks like your typical arm of a rational function where it's approaching the vertical asymptote here, and it's approaching the x-axis as a horizontal asymptote. So let's go a little further out. Let's go negative 10 and see what happens. It's still a negative value, so it's approaching that from the bottom as an asymptote. All right, so we've got one. So the problem I'm having with this is we got one typical looking arm over here for a rational function. This does not look like the arm of a rational function at all. So what does that look like? Well, if I ignore what happens near the asymptote and I just look in this basic area, to me it almost looks like an exponential because it's accelerating as it goes up. And it's not settling on a line here that you'd expect for something with a slant asymptote. I'm wondering if we do have some combination between an exponential and a rational function. So let's think about, if it's a rational function, what would the bottom be? So we have a vertical asymptote at 0. So that means the bottom could be x or x squared or x cubed, but some version of that. There's no plus or minus there. So let's just go with the simplest option, that it's x. And then let's pick out some points here. I mean, we're getting 2 at 1 and at 2. How would that work? Oh, so what if this is exponential and the 2's here are maybe a clue? What if this is 2 to the x? So if you put in 1 here for x, you would have 2 to the first over 1. That would just be 2. That's what we get. And if you put in a 2, 2 to the second over 2, That's going to be 4 over 2 or just 2. So that would match that. Does it work with 4? So 2 to the 4th over 4. Oh, yeah. So that's going to be 4. 2 to the 4th is 16 divided by 4 is 4. That is what we're getting. Oh my goodness. Let's try with some negative value here. What would be a good one? Well, let's just put in a negative 1 and see what we get. So 2 to the negative 1 over negative 1. Oops. So 2 to the negative 1 is 1/2, and over negative 1, that's going to flip it upside down and make a negative, oh no, sorry, that's not going to flip it upside down. That's just going to put the negative sign in there. That would be a negative 1/2, and our graph got mixed up here. But yeah, at negative 1, we've got negative 1/2 right there. Well, I think that's got to be it. So let's take a look. Yeah, 2 to the x over x. Interesting. And let's graph that as well. So you get one side that looks a lot like any old rational function, and another side that doesn't look like a rational function at all. From about 1.5 on over, it looks a lot like an exponential. Interesting. Well, how did that go for you? Let me know what you were thinking. I think this one was super tough. Thanks, everybody.